So, there are lots of news going on about the new spin-off series of Yellowstone, and it's named Bloodaces, and people are saying Cole Hauser and Sylvester Stallone are acting in it, while the truth is it's not part of the Yellowstone universe, but it is set in the same kind of timeline and has a very similar tone and story style. The important thing here is that this is not a Taylor Sheridan show. It is actually based on a real story from the book Bloodaces, The Wild Ride of Benny Binion. And I'll tell you what the story is going to be like and what kind of role Cole Hauser and Stallone might have in it. From what I understand, the show will not just start in a simple way. It will most likely begin with flashbacks showing the early life of Benny Binion. We might see a child or teenage version of him, played by a younger actor, showing how he grew up and how his mindset was shaped. The biggest part of the story will revolve around how he enters illegal businesses. He starts with bootlegging during Prohibition and slowly moves into illegal gambling operations. At first, it is not something big, but he learns fast. He understands people, he understands risk, and he knows how to take advantage of situations. Very soon, he becomes known for his ruthlessness. He is not afraid to make tough decisions, and once he decides something, he follows through without hesitation. At the same time, he is very loyal to the people in his circle, which makes others trust him and work with him. But the story will not hide the dark side. Violence becomes a major part of his rise. He is linked to multiple murders, and he eliminates rivals to gain control over territories. This is how he builds his crime empire in Dallas. What makes his character more interesting is that he is not just a gangster. He is also a smart businessman. He knows how to run operations, how to manage money, and how to grow his influence. By the 1930s and 1940s, the story will show him at the peak of his power in Dallas. He controls gambling rackets, numbers operations, and underground betting networks. He also bribes law enforcement and maintains strong political connections. His rule is based on fear, respect, and strategic alliances. People either follow him or fear him. One unique thing about him, which the story will highlight, is his belief that if someone wins, they should always be paid. This makes him very popular among gamblers because they know they can trust him, which is rare in that world. But this power does not last peacefully. Authorities start targeting him, investigations increase, and his political protection begins to weaken. He faces arrests, legal trouble, and threats from rivals who want to take him down. This part of the story will be intense because everything he built starts to shake. And then comes the major turning point. He is forced to leave Texas. This is where the story changes direction completely. He moves to Las Vegas in the 1940s, and this is where the second half of the story really begins. Vegas at that time is not what we see today. It is still growing and finding its identity. This gives him a new opportunity. He opens Binion's Horseshoe Casino and starts building his empire again, but this time in a bigger and more visible way. What makes him different in Vegas is how he changes the game. He allows high-stakes betting, welcomes all kinds of gamblers, not just the rich ones, and most importantly, guarantees payouts. He removes betting limits and treats players better than others. This creates a new kind of gambling culture. His casino becomes very popular and starts to stand out from the rest. One of the biggest parts of the story, which could come in later seasons, is the creation of the World Series of Poker. This is a huge moment because it brings top players together and turns poker into a global phenomenon. This alone is enough to carry a full season because it shows how he influenced the entire gambling world. At the same time, the story will also explore his family side. His children get involved in the business, and this leads to internal conflicts, power struggles, and problems within the family. Even though he has built a massive empire, things are not stable inside, and even in Vegas, the dark side never fully goes away. Crime connections, violence, and suspicion are always present in the background. When I look at all this, it feels like a perfect multi-season story. The first season can focus on Texas and his rise. The next seasons can focus on Vegas and how he builds and expands his empire. There is so much material here that it can easily go on for several seasons if done right. Now coming to casting, I honestly think Cole Hauser is perfect for this role. As for Sylvester Stallone, he is currently confirmed only as a producer, but I personally feel he will appear in the show in some important role. It just makes sense because someone like him usually does not stay completely behind the scenes. Right now, the project is still in the casting stage, and it has not gone into full production yet, so we should not expect it anytime soon. If everything goes as planned, I think filming could start soon, and we can expect a release around 2027.